Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your very first time joining me. My name is Jessica. I'm a mother as well as a makeup lover, of course. So for today's video, we are giving all the green and yellow vibes. We are giving extraterrestrial, alien, interstellar, because that's the palette we're using today. I'm gonna be doing my eyes and my face in today's video. I think that everything came out super beautifully. I'm very pleased with how everything came out. I have a ton of stuff to do today, so I'm like kind of low-key stressed out, but makeup done, filmed, that's one thing off of my checklist for the day. So getting stuff done, love that for me. Make sure that you stay tuned until the very end of the video where I do an up close of my makeup. That way you guys can see the true beauty of the blend. And I just have to say this one more time. The Bare Mineral Veil Powder. So good! Sorry, my bad. Didn't mean to yell that at you. But I didn't say that at all in the rest of the video, so I needed to say this right now. It's good. It's so good. So good. Anyways, yeah. So those are the vibes today. So if you're curious to see how I achieved this full face of makeup, definitely keep on watching. Okay, so for today, we're going to be using the Carnival 5 Interstellar palette. I want to use the greens today and some like the shimmers. We're going to be doing greens and yellows today. Baby. Hey, baby. Okay, I'll stop. Girl. I'm going to start by taking the shade Alien, which is this deep green here. And I'm going to be using these brushes today, the Neon set from Doe Color. So this one is the number 9 out of the set. I'm starting with a smaller brush so I could be more precise about my placement here. And I'm going to be doing a halo eye today. So I'm going to be stamping this in a C shape around my lid. It's okay if it gets like in the center a little bit, but I'm going to try my best to keep that clean. So that way, you know, it's less that I have to clean off later when I go to actually cut this crease out. But I'm essentially, so when I open my eye, I still want to be able to see that deepest shade. So that's kind of going to be like my guideline of where I'm going to stamp this shade down. Okay, so I'm going to take this exact same brush. I'm just going to clean it off a little bit, just on like a little towel. And I'm going to take the shade Meteor, which is this green. I wanted to use all the greens today. And I'm going to be very careful not to go too far with this. And I'm just going to do half on, half off that first blend. And just right away start going into little circle motions to blend this out. Just like that, just a little bit so you can see the difference. Next, I'm going to take this shade Celestial, which is this green right here. And I'm going to take this on the Doe Color number 1 brush, so it's more fluffy. I'm going to do, again, half on, half off that first shade. I'm saving room for yellow. It's going to be the last colors, some yellows. So just starting to blend out all of the edges very lightly. And I will go back in between all the colors like I always do, so no worries there. Yes. There is 2 yellows in this palette. So we have like a pastel yellow. We have like a really true yellow. I think I'm going to take the pastel yellow first. And if I feel like that's not giving me the yellow I need, I'll go in with the other shade. So this is shade Lunar, which is the pastel yellow. This is the Dough Color number 7 brush, which is like a flat brush. And I'm just gonna go over the edges. Okay, so that's not quite giving what I need it to give just yet, so I am gonna take the shade Woke, just on the same brush, which is that true yellow. Okay, so that's a little bit more yellow. I don't know if you could see that on camera. Then I'm going to take shade Lunar to blend that yellow, blend the edges a bit. And then now I'll go through all the colors, starting with shade Alien, then Meteor, then Celestial. And just kind of make sure we're not losing anything. So this is what it looks like all blended out. Now I'm going to take my P.Louise cut carver and I'll cut out a nice little halo eye. And then I think I'll lay down the Yummy Yellow base. Now that I look absolutely crazy, I'm going to take the shade Alien, which is the deep green. And I'm going to start blending this inwards just a smidge. Something like that, a little messy. Then I'll take shade Meteor, which is the next shade. And I'm going to do the same thing. Just kind of bringing it in a bit, not too far. Then I'll take the shade Celestial. I'm just kind of going down the rows. Again, a little bit further in, but not all the way. Then I'm going to take the shade Lunar, which is the pastel yellow, on the same brush. And I'm going to pack this down right in the center. I don't know if you'll be able to tell just how much more vibrant that shade alone is, just because of the base I put down under it. It's already so much more vibrant than when I tried to blend the greens out. Like, yeah, you can definitely see that. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to take some of my Duo Lash Glue. I don't know if I want to take the shade Interstellar or Mercury. This is Interstellar, which is the green, and then this is Mercury, which is like a shiny. I think we'll do this one. I think we'll do Interstellar. So I'm going to take the green shade Interstellar right here. So it's kind of like a goldy green. Just trace the line. Take a small angled brow brush, shade Interstellar. And that lash glue is just really going to grip the shimmer. Really make it pop as well, because it's kind of like a wet base. And it'll kind of just chef's kiss. Then I'm gonna take this small angled brush with the shade Dark Side, which is the black. And I'm gonna stamp this down across my lash line, give my lashes something deep to stick to. It's gonna help them blend into the makeup a little bit better, so you can see the difference. So I'm gonna take these Cavalli Lashes in the style Maxi. So they're not too fluffy to where they're really gonna cover up the halo eye, but they're still dramatic enough to where they're gonna give us some dramatics. So these are those look like. I'm gonna pop those on, and then we can move on to base makeup. Look how pretty those lashes are, but like you could still see my eyes. Perfection. I'm gonna take the Hard Candy Glamoflauge Full Coverage Foundation. This is in the shade Vanilla, I believe. Yeah, Vanilla. So I'm literally just gonna take 2 dips really spread it around my face. If you don't want to be gross about it, you could definitely put it on the back of your hand and then do that. But anyways, take my Morphe sponge and blend her in. I'm going to take the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, shade Tan Walnut, and I'm going to cream contour. I'm doing a video on that. So I'm literally just going to place it in my placements and blend it out. I'm going to take the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Concealer and the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Beige. I'm using one of the Jaclyn concealers today. So those like blend so nicely. So, and they're not like too brighten in your face. So I feel like I could do those after concealer. So that's the Lancome. And then the e.l.f. Oh, my kid wants a banana, but they literally ate them all yesterday. I'm going to take the Jaclyn Cream Powder Blush Stick, shade Swoon. Look how pretty this is. Okay, now I'm going to take the Maybelline Fit Me, shade Fair. I told you, babe, we do not have any nanas, my love. We have no nanas. I'm going to take this powder on a poof. I'm going to set under my eyes and anywhere there's concealer. So for my like bronzer and contour today, I'm going to be taking the NYX Highlight and Contour Palette, which looks like this. And I like to take this shade. It's kind of like a nice contour shade, but it's a little bit warm for bronzer, you know? Alright, I'm going to take the Jaclyn Brightening Pink Under Eye Powder. I'm going to take this on a sponge. And I'm going to pop this under my eyes. And then I'm going to take the H&B Cosmetics Dare to Be Different blush. This is the shade Self-Made. Beautiful, beautiful creamsicle color. This and shade Swoon together. Dreamy. Especially with like the greens. I love it. So I've really been trying out the Bare Mineral Veil Powder. One of you lovely ladies suggested that I actually buff it in, which is very scary for me because I don't want to ruin my makeup. But I'm going to try that today because that's also one of the things that Miriam had said. But like I said, I didn't want to mess up my makeup. But that's what we're going to do today. So I'm just taking some of this powder. Okay. So I'm going to take it. This right here is a Lottie London brush. So it's definitely fluffy enough to buff. I think this would probably be a good foundation brush too. But it's not like too stiff. As you can see, it has a lot of give in it. But it's a really fluffy, thick brush. So I'm going to take this powder. I'm really going to like work it into the brush. Really get it in there. Okay. So, just like this. I'm scared. Okay. So I'm going to start by first pressing this into all of my porous areas. Moment of truth. Now I'm going to lightly buff. So the last step of my face makeup is going to be highlighter. So I'm going to be using the Under the Cosmetic Low Light Highlighter Palette. I want to pick up the new one. I don't have $50 extra right now. And then I'll probably give this one to my sister. She's a little bit darker skin toned. So this is the shade. The only shade that's different is she took out the green pigment, so it's a little bit easier to use on lighter skin tones. But every other shade is the same, I believe. I don't think she reformulated it, but I'm going to take this shade today, which is called Extraterrestrial. So you can see I was like that green shift. Is that too dark? We'll also use the Blend Buddy Noctilucent highlighter palette, the shade Transient, which is this green, to kind of give it that extra oomph, you know? So I'll start with the shade Extraterrestrial on a fluffy brush. And I'm lightly gonna blend this around. And I want it to leave a cast, so I'm gonna make sure that I don't put too much. But as you can see, definitely green, definitely highlighting. And then I'll take the shade, oh, was that one? Yeah, Transient. Okay. And I'm gonna place this right here. You see that? Alright, so here is the completed look. So I went ahead and I did the same thing as top on bottom. So like I put the yellow in the center. And then I threw some white liner in my waterline. And then for my lip, I went in with a dark brown lip liner. And then the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte in the shade Wifey. And then the and then I went in with the Patrick Ta lip gloss in this shade She's Expensive. This lip gloss is so pretty. So yeah, these are the vibes. I really feel like super glossy and everything like that. So yeah, these are the vibes. Again, I am trying to work through all of my TikTok drafts. So green and yellow was one of them. So I'm really digging the vibes. I really love the greens in this Carnival palette. I think that they're super pretty. And there's enough greens to where I created this super beautiful blend. So I'm very, very happy with the way this look came out. Lipstick on my teeth. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. Definitely don't forget to like and subscribe if you like me and if you like my content. Without further ado, we're going to go right on ahead. Roll the clip.